first home. The first we come, before we got concrete, before we got wood to build a house. Jungle is our home. It's supposed to be appreciated because not many jungle anymore. All being cut down.
Yeah.
So we try to preserve this as our home. Sorry.
Here come the boys, about 2,500 foot up, like halfway. To be honest, I don't really want to tell them that because I think they're having a bit of a hard time. It's a pretty tough hill and the traffic's not great either, as you can see. But they're smashing it, they're getting through it. They're building some character. Here comes Timmy. Keep it up, mate. Keep it up. Getting there, guys. Look at that. Savage.
Cycling across the country is like no other way of seeing a place. Naturally, you just have to spend weeks of your time way off of the tourist trail. And you end up seeing places that you just would never experience otherwise. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the most beautiful place or the most pristine place. You may end up in a weird version of Malaysian Tesco's on the side of a motorway somewhere, buying as many dates as you can fit in your back pocket. But at the same time, you're in a place where you know that it's proper native Malaysia, and that for us has been one of the most special experiences of these cycle trips.
So we did just under 1,000 miles in Malaysia, central Malaysia, going from Kuala Lumpur up into the highlands, right across the middle, and then to the east coast down, and then similarly going the other way. But the coastal bit was probably the only let up of the jungle, where we got put on slightly bigger roads. Yeah, lots of heat, lots of hills, lots of sweat, and lots of food.
Good morning. So today is our second proper day of cycling. Here's the boys. And this morning, well, yesterday we did a pretty beastly 90 miles over from Kuala Lumpur into this town, which is called Tapa. And then from Tapa we are going to Cameron Highlands. So Cameron Highlands is basically about 5,000 foot above us right now, which means our whole day, which is going to be about 40 or 50 miles or so, is basically just going to be uphill. Let's have a look at the elevation. Here you go. Look at that. So that is just from where we are now all the way up about, what is that, 40 miles up? Yeah. Is that something like that? Which is ridiculous, right? Yeah, we'll see you up there. Here we go. That's what we're going up. There's big old hills in the distance.
Yeah, it was steep in parts, it was pretty relentless, just 40 miles of being surrounded by jungle and not really being let out of it.
It's so green, it's amazing. I've never seen such green before. I wanted this trip to be more about the desolateness of it and really getting out into the middle of nowhere.
100% my favourite thing was the jungle. It's just fucking awesome. Nothing wants you to live in the jungle. As soon as you stop, you instantaneously feel like there will be something there that wants you to die. There's just the flora and fauna is awesome. The noise of it's incredible. And we've seen some amazing wildlife as well.
Just all you can hear around you is just the jungle, and that's it. It's just you in the jungle.
We are in the jungle by Kuala Tahan. It is hot, it is noisy. There's a lovely path, but now it's disappeared and I'm getting very nervous whilst these guys are taking photographs. I'm here thinking the path will come back, the path will come back, the path will come back, because I'm sure there's so many snakes around here. Oh my god. I am terrified of snakes. I think I've only seen about 3 snakes in my life. And I say think because I've gotten out of that situation as fast as I possibly could as soon as I saw anything that looked like one. They're just the scariest, weirdest thing, and how can anyone like those?
That's my brother with the king cobra.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So did you rescue it?
Yeah. This snake entered a house, and then the guy come here and call us to catch it.
Yeah.
So we catch it, play with it, and then release back.
We met a legit guy called Zam. He told us some really cool stuff about the local area, aka the jungle. He was just an amazing guy, and we sat there for a couple of hours just chatting away with him.
And there's my daughter with snake. Python, baby python.
Wow. And that's one you find in the jungle?
Yeah, this on the roadside, nearly hit by a car.
Okay.
So I try to teach my children the snake is not really dangerous if you treat like a lady. It's a wild snake, it's not really my pet.
No. Oh, that's huge.
Wow.
Are there a lot of pythons around here?
Yeah. We don't take any stuff from the jungle because we try to grow our own fruits here, like medicine plant, herbs. We grow ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't take from the jungle. We just live how they are.
That's awesome.
Because it's too much people destroying jungle, so I don't want it. I try to make people understand why we have to have jungle. It's our oxygen.
My favourite part of this adventure, I'd probably say, is the desolate rides. So particularly when we crossed over Kenya Lake, over the top, where there was just nothing for like 50 odd miles, and then there'd be just like a little roadside camp, and that was it. And all they'd sell was rice and a couple of bottles of water.
Oh man, it is hot now. It is really hot out there. Literally, like the sweat felt like it was burning on my skin through my shirt. It's going all right though. We're about 71 miles through. I think we got about 37 to go. This is the only place for the next 37 miles. And luckily they have water, and it looks like they have cutlery. So I imagine food as well to go with the cutlery, unless they're mental.
What's everyone listening to?
I think I was listening to Wolf Alice just before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Robert
gonna be alright.
Weber's still going on. Just about to set off, and I look down at my Garmin, and in the shade it's saying 37.2 degrees.
In the shade. Killer.
Right, we're 77 miles in. A storm has developed above us, and sounds like it's just about to throw it down. This should be a mixture of fun, spicy, probably a bit dangerous.
Purely because of how hot it is and the mileage we're doing, you know, we're constantly sweating out liquid from every orifice of our body, and you've got to stay fueled, because if you don't, you go delirious.
We have made it 102.3 miles when we were meant to do a 74-mile day because there was no hotels available in the other town. Jack is in a bit of a state at the moment. He was shaky on the bike. Must admit, we did go a little bit hard for the last 23 miles, but I think it was just to get out of the heat. It's probably around 40 degrees at the moment.
So, we cycled to a town which is 75 miles from where we left this morning. There was no hotels. Everywhere was booked out. We tried about 7 or 8 hotels. It was savage. So I had to cycle the extra. It's only 20 miles. 20 miles to the next destination, to the next town, but I bonked hard. Bonking for the non-cyclists is when you hit about as hard, about as far as you can go, as much energy as you can put in, you start getting tingles, you can't see, you can't ride, you can't use your legs. And I hit that point today, partly because we've now hit 100 miles, partly because it was about 45 degrees out there today, and partly because I don't think I fueled right, and it just wasn't my day. I didn't have the energy to take me through, so I'm now slumped on the sofa at the hotel that we finally made it to. That was hard. That was really, really fucking hard.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح.
So we've just cycled up one of the biggest hills we've ever cycled. So steep. Tim's leg's already in agony, and we've just reached what we see as like a police checkpoint, and there's been no information about it, but there's a cycling prohibited sign, so we're about halfway up this hill. We've booked a hotel at the top, and currently Tim and Tom are just negotiating with the police, praying that they'll let us do the last little bit up to the town, because we've come so far at this point. If they don't let us come past, then it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So fingers crossed. I'm not sure I can film this bit. Tim's got his GoPro running, so we'll see what we can get.
We're not going there, we're just going there. I don't. So how do we get there then?
What? Tu signboard.
We're not going up there. We're just going there.
I don't think I can physically make it up there.
Okay. Yeah? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
But what happened?
So we just got stopped by two, I think they were police officers. There's a big sign saying cycling prohibited, and they started shouting and they got really arsey, and then eventually they just said, yeah, go. So that's what we're doing.
Well done, man. Good work.
It was just euphoria. I don't know what it was. Just something came over me that I was just like, this is the reason why I'm doing this trip. This is why I want to do these things. The area that we were in, we were coming out of Kuala to Han at that point, out of the jungle. And it was just beautiful, snaking, winding road. I was going up and down. I was with two really good friends and we were on our bikes, just out there. Everything was working together. It was almost like an out-of-body experience. How else would I get to have the opportunity to feel like this? I think you would have to be dead not to be happy in that moment. Or, yeah, it felt like the trees were going to burst into song. It was great. So yeah, that's my favourite part, is just being here with my friends on our bikes and getting out there.
Malaysia means heat, sweat, spicy food, poos on the side of the road, monkeys, friendly people, and the most incredible roads to cycle on. All of those things together meant, I think, it was one of my favourite trips I've ever been on.
We are cycling to Kuala Lumpur and I think we're going to take it nice and easy. That looks like there's some fun descents. And then yeah, KO it up.
We've just got to Kuala Lumpur after 3 weeks of cycling around Malaysia. Cycling through Kuala Lumpur a second ago was absolutely mental. Just like proper attack on the senses after having been out in the jungle for the past 3 weeks.
Riding my bike man, nothing can stop me. Prefer the small dog, cool transportation. My head exploding in a direction, making connection. Long time coming, stuck in the dirt. Breakfast is burning, haven't you heard? Don't wanna be late, this is the action. Reaching the bright light, satisfaction.
The last time, we are just pulling into the airport. It's going to go dark above me now because this is an airport terminal. Goodbye, Malaysia. This has been a fantastic trip. Everyone should do something like this, going away with their friends. Even better if it's my bike. Yeah, we just had a great time. You can't take any of this to too seriously because you're literally just out with your friends on your bike, having fun each day. We cycled up 3 very large mountains and did a lot of days over 100 miles, over 40 degrees, but at the end of the day, we had last of every ride. We enjoyed most of the moments of it. The people here have been great. We've seen beautiful countryside. Just take care of the place you be, respect the people that you meet, get involved, have as much fun as possible. See you later.
How's a white guy doing in the car here, like in the tiny little town? And it kind of went from there, really.
They've been riding bicycles all over Malaysia, all over.
I don't like doing public presentations.
A bit ill, but I've got my head towels, so I'm going to be alright.
Well, we've just arrived at our destination and I pulled my bag out of the back and just here I brought a little friend along with me. A little lizard all the way from Kuala Lumpur.
A gecko is ridden all the way in Tom's bag.
90 miles.
90 miles from
I was
Kuala
wondering
Lumpur.
why it's so heavy.